What's good, everyone? Jambi 434 back again with another edition of the Retro Rewind. So today it was on WWE Vault. Actually, no, yesterday it was. And we're going to review this Tuesday in Texas. Now, this was in 1991. This was after the 1991 Survivor Series, where The Undertaker won the WWE Championship for the very first time. The night he broke or did damage to Hulk Hogan's neck. So yeah, so this was actually a very short show. It's about an hour and a half. Little decent shows. Anyway, so Kickstarter, Gorilla Monsoon, and the legendary Bobby the Brain Heenan were on commentary. Show starts with the Intercontinental Championship match. Sees Bret the Hitman Hart defending against Skinner. Skinner was undefeated at the time, and this is where Bret was coming into his own. Bret starts taking him down with a pair of arm drags and an atomic drop. Bret then clotheslines him out of the ring. Both get back inside the ring. Bret holds an armbar and works on it for a bit. Skinner gets to the ropes. They trade hammerlocks and Bret headbutts him down below. Skinner goes to the eyes and sends Bret into the post. Skinner chokes away on the floor and pounds on the way back into the ring like a dreaded abdominal stretch. So we do have Skinner holding on to the ropes quite a fair few times. So that was a bit of a nuisance for the Hitman. A shoulder breaker gets a 2 count. The blind charge hits a boot into the corner. Bret tries the middle of rope elbow, but misses. Skinner puts him down with the alligator claw of doom. This shows that this was I was 2 when this show was on, by the way. So it was pretty cool. More choking following, finally capitalizing the advantage. Skinner unleashes offensive onslaught. Once again, showing that Stan Lane carried the fabulous ones. Bret takes a bomb to the corner, and then Skinner starts working on the leg before suddenly switching to the choke again. Grill and Bobby were fucking amazing on commentary, by the way. Damn, they were so good to go. God rest both their souls. Bret then goes to the inverted DDT for a 2. Hits Bret's boot on the way down. Bret makes a comeback with the usual five moves of doom. Come on, Bret was way better. Come on, Bret's fucking one of the best ever. And Skinner blocks him down, roll up into the back into the ring. Goes up again. And then Bret then finishes him off with the sharpshooter. Skinner taps out. Now, this was actually quite a decent little match. This match was actually decent for what it was. I think people don't remember how actually good this match was. Bret Hart can have a match with a with a mannequin, and Bret will always put on a fucking banger. Next up, Jake the Snake Roberts backstage with can't remember his name, but I know Randy Savage was with Mean Gene Okerlund. Jake, fucking amazing promo. He's happy that he's caused Macho Man a lot of pain and injury at the hands of the Cobra. The Snake was banned. Damien was actually banned by President Jack Tunney. And Macho Man then cooks up a good promo in return. So this was a fucking badass promo. So then Jake the Snake Roberts makes his way to the ring. Savage attacks from behind, fires into the corner, and elbows Jake on the rebound. Then goes up for the double axe handle, which sends Jake running. Savage rolls him back into the ring, but the Snake goes low, behind their referee's back, and tosses Savage to buy some time. Jake slithers out and rams Savage into the post, right into the snake bitten arm. So I think this was a couple of weeks after we had that little spot, which still scars me to this day, where Jake the Snake Roberts' beloved Snake was there biting on the arm of Macho Man Randy Savage. I still get tormented by that, by the way. It was not good shit. Savage backs off to recover and tries to go for the eyes. Jake eye pokes him first and follows up an atomic drop. Jake starts dropping knees onto the bad arm and rips into the bandage. And in a nice touch, is blood staining on it. God. Jake then goes to the hamlock but gets elbowed. Savage fights back and escapes the short clothesline. Another elbow, which sends Jake into the corner, but misses a charge, which allows Roberts to get his clothesline. Jake calls for the DDT, takes too long, and Savage goes up and hits the elbow drop for a 1, 2, 3. Now, people said that this was actually quite disappointing, but I don't think it was. I thought this was actually cool, not bad for what it was. It's only about 5 minutes, but they should have gone on a bit longer. Following that, Jake then unleashes a devastating attack on Randy Savage. You have the incredible Miss Elizabeth. Holy dearie me. She was sensational back in the day. And then Jake coldly pushes her to his side. This is where you would not, if you did that these days, you wouldn't get away with it. Trust me. No pun intended, because that was Jake's quote. And then Jack Tunney then threatens to suspend Jake. And then the assault comes to an end. And when we get to the back, Mean Gene Oakland is with Jake the Snake Roberts, calls him a vile human being. Jake cuts another fucking promo and a half. Man, Jake Roberts' promos, man, they were fucking insanely good. Next up, Warlord with Harvey Whippleman takes on the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. Battle of two freaking titans, by the way. Starts off with Warlord, shoves Bulldog around to start and gets some vibes from Whippleman. Bulldog immediately comes back, takes him down with a single leg. Warlord slugs back. Bulldog closes him to the floor. Warlord catches him in the end and rams him into the post. Bulldog fights back and rams him into the turnbuckles on the way in. Follows up with a missile dropkick before tying Warlord into the ropes and pounding away. Charges and crashes himself. Not good. Damn. However, allowing Warlord to take over, pounds it back and whips Bulldog into the corner, setting up the bear hug. Warlord hits a belly suplex to get a 2 count. British Bulldog comes back with a sunset flip, blocked by Warlord for the 2 count. Bulldog finishes it for another 2 count. Warlord closes him to set up the full Nelson. Bulldog powers out of it under the long struggle. Warlord just manages to throw him down, but runs into a bit of a blind charge. Bulldog comes back with a clothesline on the second rope. And then Davey gets the crucifix and pins him for 1, 2, 3. This was okay. I mean, I wouldn't say the greatest, but hell, God rest British Bulldog soul. God, Miss Davey. And that was the end of Oh no, it wasn't actually because he had that hair. He had that same hair for 1992. Backstage, Randy Savage cuts a promo and said it was his fault that Robert Slade got his hands on Miss Elizabeth. Now he's really pissed off. I don't recall that they had that blow off match that they should have had. But anyway, this feud was fucking great. Next up, Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase, and Ripper Man faced the team of Virgil and Tito Santana. DiBiase won back the $1 million belt with the help of Ripper Man. With the great, sensational Sherry was at ringside with the $1 million Man. Start the way. Ripper pounds on Tito to start. Gets powered down as Tito goes for the arm. Tito slugs away as Ripper gets a pin count. Virgil tags in. They get what they want. DiBiase slugs into the corner after he got the tag. Virgil reverses a bad body drop into a sunset flip for a 2 count and follows up with a atomic drop that puts DiBiase on the floor. Tito chases him back and DiBiase starts to badmouth him. Virgil clotheslines him again. Tito puts him right back in again. Virgil charges and hits an elbow. So DiBiase lets Repo have another go. DiBiase and Repo Man double team on Virgil with a choke into the corner. DiBiase hits a clothesline. Tags in Repo and pounds down Virgil again. Ted hits a good gut wrench for a 2 count. Virgil comes back with a neck breaker. There's a hot tag to Tito Santana. Tito Santana was so underrated, by the way, back in those days. So drop kicks Repo and hits a flying forearm. Sets for pace. DiBiase trips him up and Repo dumps him. Zero gets to meet the stairs, gets rolled into it by DiBiase. Kick to the gut, gets a 2 count. Is pat to DiBiase. Santana is now playing facing Peril. Do a false tag, which gets the crowd. And then Virgil gets the tag, goes bloody bananas. It's sensational. Sherry hits Ted DiBiase by mistake. Crowd goes bloody bananas. And then we have the winners of the match was Ted DiBiase and Repo Man. This was actually very good, by the way. This match was criminally underrated. Main event tonight sees The Undertaker defending the World Wrestling Federation Championship against Hulk Hogan. Now, a couple of days beforehand, The Undertaker won the WWF title with help from Ric Flair and a chair. And Hogan's words were, "Oh, you got me, brother." Even though when The Undertaker tombstones Hogan, it misses the whole thing. So, and The Undertaker did not know till a few months later that Hulk Hogan lied. So, chuck there. Taker comes out first, then Hogan comes out. Taker and Paul Bearer both start the attack. Hogan fights him off and hits The Undertaker with a clothesline into the corner before slugging away, following with an atomic drop, but Taker no sells. This was where Taker was just not selling some shit. This is where he was, but like a freaking demon. Hogan hits a slam, gets no sold as well. Clothesline puts Undertaker on the floor. Hogan slips away onto the apron to keep him out. Taker drags him to the floor and chokes him down. Taker gets him back into the ring with more choking. This time into the corner. Taker then comes back with the new school rope walk with more choking. So it's pretty cool. They head into the floor. Hogan escapes with an atomic drop. Back in the ring again. Taker with another choke. Goes in for a while before Hogan fights up and slugs away, but runs into a big boot in the corner. Flying clothesline puts Hogan down as he goes up for another rope walk, with Hogan pulling him down. Flair joins at ringside as Hogan hits him with the chair, sending him into President Jack Tunney. I like Jack Tunney. He was pretty cool back at the time, which has caused Hogan to be stripped of the title. Back in, Hulk Hogan hits a running elbow as Flair brings the chair into things again, with The Undertaker going into it. Big boot by Hogan, but Taker does no sell. Hogan grabs the urn from Paul Bearer and tosses the ashes into Taker's face. Hogan then wins the title. Taker was robbed of his first world championship reign. And after that, the WWF title was actually vacated, and then it was into the 1992 Royal Rumble, where Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble. Now, I did do a retro rewatch of the 1992 Royal Rumble because that the WWE has not put me in Royal Rumble spirits. So therefore, I've had to start watching a couple more retro Royal Rumbles. So that is this Tuesday in Texas. I would give the show, even though it is actually on Netflix as well, I would actually give the show a solid 7. I did enjoy this little show. So I think that the worst match of the night was actually the main event. To be fair, I'm not blaming the Undertaker whatsoever. So some good shit. So that is this Tuesday in Texas. To let you know, as I am recording, I will be going to Max Wrestling very shortly. I'll be joining Captain and El Jefe. That will be uploading tonight. It is the promo rumble. So be prepared, because you never know what's around the corner. So this will be up for you very shortly. Raw, Dynamite. I'm going to get Raw and I'm going to get Dynamite done. Now, I haven't seen Dynamite in full yet, but I heard the show was bad. I need to see for myself. NXT back to black and gold. That's going to be starting very soon. I just need to find some time because I said I'd do some retro rewatch. I'm going to do another one a little bit later on. So I've got a busy day today. So anyway, like, subscribe, And if you are new, it won't cost you a penny. Show some support to the channel, and I'll get some more done for you very soon. So thank you very much for watching. Peace. Take care. Ahoy.